Okay, welcome everybody. This is team meeting on March 2nd, and I'm really excited. Michaela's here. She's been a presenter for a while, but she is ready to work with us. So this is her first meeting. But I am excited about everything that came from February, and now we're going into March, and it sounds like there's going to be some incentives coming our way. And it seems like they're really trying hard to really make 2017 really, really awesome, which they promised us in the beginning of this year already. So they're really kind of holding true to everything. So the incentive trip last year, the first year that I was a presenter, they did the double points. I think it was in February, um, which would have been really good for us because February was pretty awesome. But March is going to be amazing as well. And they didn't do it last year. So I think we're pretty lucky to have that opportunity with the double points in personal retail sales this year, or this month and this year. So we really need to focus and hone in on sales. The other piece too is the recruiting. I mean, that $99 kit for presenters. Hi, Mindy. Mindy's here too. She's a brand new presenter. Welcome. Mindy, I'm gonna mute you when you come in. If you want to talk at any point, you can like hit unmute, okay?
Okay.
Just because when everybody's unmuted, it's hard. Because it makes weird noises. Okay, anyways, so we were talking about the double points for the incentive trip that's coming up. So, we were talking about the new presenters kit. So you're able to purchase that kit only if you're a new presenter signing up this year. And that's pretty huge because I feel like all of my customers want those products, the foundation, the brush, the primer. And like one of my customers was like, I had shown her the presenter's kit and she's like, but then I would have to buy the primer, the foundation, and the brush. And then the next day that was like the kit. And I was like, oh my God, you need to look at this. And then, I mean, I don't know that she's interested in it right now, but it's a really good incentive for them because it's a really good price for all those products. So coming up with creative ways to talk about that with people and sharing and not just throwing up a graphic about this stuff is going to be something that we can do as a team and sharing. So as you come up with things to share new creative ways, if you wouldn't mind sharing in the group, that would be awesome. I've already been just kind of drumming up ideas for videos and different lives. I haven't been writing them down like I should, but everything that I do, I promise to share. So if you guys don't mind sharing with us, that would be awesome. The other thing before we go down to this building relationship, because this is all going to connect, is I want to talk about all of the promotions that happened last month, just very briefly, because I feel like it was so exciting to watch everybody go crazy and watch people promote. And I think being the leader of some of those people, because watching their back office is insane, and some of it felt like it was so far away for them. And I know being with these people while they were waiting for these promotions was very scary, intense, and nerve-wracking. And I know there were people that maybe have watched those promotions and either felt, because I've been there, so maybe felt kind of left out, or maybe felt like, oh, I'm not promoting, or nothing's happening in my business, or whatever. And I want you to know that it's going to happen for you, and the team's going to be cheering you along. And those girls were working their butts off, like so hard, and they had an army of women working hard with them, and so they didn't do it alone, and it was all based on a belief that they could do it. I hope Mandy doesn't care that I share this. She's not here right now, but she was fairly far away, and it was the same thing. It was like almost the same thing as when she went pink She was like, you know what? I could hit blue this month. And we're like, heck yeah, you can. And it was like, she's hitting blue and there's just no stopping her. And I got to a point, actually, I should probably share this because I keep moving my arm up. So look at my arm because I don't want you guys to think I'm crazy. I was taking a bath that night, like watching my back office, and I came downstairs. Brad was really sweet and he made me this little office area in my basement, and I slipped down the stairs. Right down the stairs. So it's like my arm and my back, and you should see my rear. Like I am all bruised up. I don't look good. But so like you guys, I'm not like nothing bad happened to me other than I fell downstairs. But that night was really intense. I took a little bit of a night off last night to rest because I was hurting and tired. But anyways, I mean, she was not far away, but far enough away, and I was just like getting really anxious, and she did it because she believed that she could. And so it's all about that mindset, and it's the same thing with Emily. I mean, it's just believing in yourself, believing that you can, and working and working and working until you get it. Okay. So we'll talk about that another time, but I just want you to know that it's possible for every single one of you. Okay. All right. Building relationships. So I wanted to kind of focus and hone in on certain things in these meetings this month. And I know we've talked a lot. I know we have new people on the team, so I thought it would be really important to talk about this again. But I think it's good for all of us to do this together this week. And I was reminded of it. So I don't know if you guys saw the video that Emily posted in Lash Layers by Sherry Brown. And she talked about handling customer objections and things that like if a customer's unhappy with a product or unhappy with something and how you should handle that. And at the end, she talked about follow-up and how important follow-up is. And I know, like, for example, the last month, I have really gotten off track. I've shared this with you guys a couple of times with my schedule and being organized. And so my goal this weekend is to really get myself back on track. I was supposed to do that last week and I didn't. And it's going to happen this weekend because I have to, because I'm going a little insane. So my follow-up has suffered a little bit. Haven't been writing it down. I'm getting lost in it, you know. And so I got to get back on it. And anyways, there's some people really struggle with follow-up. And even if you've never followed up in any of your sales since you've started, it's okay. Even if you've been doing this for 2 years, she said, this was awesome. So what she said was to go back to your very first customer and go to her and say, you know what? I just want you to know that you were the first person, one of the first people to purchase from my business. And I want you to know that your sale was the sale that gave me the confidence to continue in this business, to continue in this journey. And that means so much to me and to my my family and like to, you know, whatever. You mean, be really, really like honest and sincere in how that's changed your life. Because think about it. I mean, that sale is probably what changed your life. Like it's usually like a sale or two before you're like, oh, I can actually do this, right? So go back and thank her and be genuine. And like she you have to watch the video because Sherry Brown, if you have not watched a Sherry Brown video, go and watch like all of her videos because she is like, I am a Sherry Brown groupie, and Sherry Brown, for those of you who don't know, is one like Black status. She's one of the like first Black statuses in Younique. She's hilarious. She's funny. She's got really good stuff. She was the one. Her YouTube videos basically trained Emily and I because we didn't really have any leaders when we started. She's awesome. So you should watch her. But anyways, she was saying that you can't copy and paste because that's giving the wrong energy. So even if you're going to say the same basic thing, you really want to feel what you're feeling when you're talking to that particular person. You want to build a relationship with that person. You want to, because this is a relationship business. My best customers I've become friends with. They keep coming back to me. We talk about more than makeup. We talk more than parties. It's more than that. Like we're exchanging, like one of the girls that I like has buying more frequently from me, we're talking about essential oils and we like are trading things like that. You know what I mean? Like we trade recipes, we trade, like it's more than that, because this is a relationship business. So when you talk about, like, so many people, like one of the things that I hear from new presenters or people that are afraid to join Younique is that it's so saturated around here, that term saturated. And it's hard, it's understandable, because at least in Wisconsin Rapids, there's a huge team. Emily, it's a lot of Emily and Jill Waller. I mean, it's that us three are like here. My team, a lot of us are not from here. We're like outside of Wisconsin Rapids. Some of us are still here. But anyways, there's a lot of people from Rapids. A lot of them aren't working. A lot of them use it for the, just for the commit or the commission or for the discount or whatever. And some of them just don't have good customer service. And by no means am I saying steal customers from people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, what sets you apart from anybody else is your customer service. That's your loyalty. So if somebody else starts selling Younique that maybe they know, they might not follow them because they have a really good relationship with you. So that's what I'm kind of talking about. So you need to keep building those relationships. So all this week, I want you, if you've been doing this for a while, going through your contact list, going through every single person that has ever purchased from you. Go in your back office and message all of them and just say, thank you for supporting my business. I usually do this at the end of the year around Christmas time, and just say, hey, thank you for supporting my business in 2016. It meant so much to me and my family. I really appreciate you. Something like that. And it, because I really felt it, and it was in every single person. I did not copy and paste. I meant it sincerely from the bottom of my heart, from every single person I talked to. And it takes a while, and it takes energy, and it takes time, but it's sincere, and it's building that relationship with that person. Some people responded, some people didn't, and that's okay. Some people responded and said, oh yeah, I need to buy that foundation. I need to refill this. I was thinking about buying the kit. Can you tell me more? Like, they remember me all of a sudden, like, so it's kind of like going back and talking to them and whatever. So, but don't talk about, like, oh, by the way, did you like your, you know what I mean? Like, this is aside from your regular follow-up. So you should do follow-up from recent orders, but this is aside from that. Okay. The other thing, if you haven't been in Younique for a while, or like me, I just kind of did it in December. So I might, because I haven't had some reorders from 2015 maybe. So I'm going to go through and just look at 2015 and into 2014. Like, I think I'll go back to my very first order, which would be really cool to do, I think. But then I'm just going to go through my friends list again. And I was doing this, I think it was last March, I remember starting this whole idea, because Amy, I think, and Megan, I think this is when we started the Jason stuff, right? Around this time last year. And I just started talking to people on my friends list, people I haven't talked to in a while. Nothing about Younique. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going? Like, genuinely inquiring about their life. And I got sales from that. I got people asking about Younique, because not necessarily, some of them asked about Younique, some just asked about my life. It always comes back to me. It's not usually. Some people only want to talk about themselves, and that's fine. I was there, listened, made sure that, I was focused in on them. But most times people like to have a conversation and come back to you like, what are you doing with your life? Oh, well, I'm a social worker full time, and I run my own business, and I'm getting married in August, and I have 2 stepchildren, and then they're like, oh, what kind of business do you run? Oh, I sell makeup. Have you ever heard of Younique? And I just very, very like, oh, I sell makeup and it was only $99, and I don't do any of that. Just make it really short and sweet, and if they're interested, they'll ask more. But then they'll start following you. That's why it's important to post on your wall 3 times a day. One thing a day, nothing crazy, no salesy, no posts that are like, buy this kit, like, all the time. but that's another topic for another time. But they'll start following you and watch your success. But just start building relationships. Don't talk about the product. So, um, my challenge for the team is 5 people a day. Just message 5 people a day, new people, to either thank for supporting your business or starting a new relationship or restarting a new relationship until at least until next week, Thursday. And then we'll just kind of check back in and see what kind of responses we get. Sound good? How do you guys feel about that? Yeah? Are you excited? Yeah? Okay. Anybody have any thoughts, any feedback, any questions, anything? Has anybody done this before? And like Amy, I think you've probably done this before. Any feedback? Not to call you out, but to call you up. No? Megan?
Hey, what are you asking? Sorry, I'm here. I was washing my face. I'm trying to multitask. What were you calling me out on?
So sorry. That's how it
It's
always
okay.
works. Like, have you ever like just like reached out to build relationships and like has it benefited you in your business, or how has it been positive for you?
Oh yeah, I think this around last time this year last time we printed out our friends list and went through them, right? And then just started contacting people slowly that way. And I mean it's opened up the communication of people that I haven't talked to in a while, and as long as you're genuine about it, it works. But if you go in there with a spammy attitude, then they're going to know that you're, trying to sell something. But it's a good idea.
Right. It's just building relationships. When I first started, we had been trained on what's called the 3 C's. And if you ever come across it, because they do still train on it, some Black status leaders still train on it at convention, and it makes my skin crawl a little bit. And they train on it because it used to work back when there weren't a ton of direct sales companies on Facebook at the same time. And the 3 C's were compliment. Wait, Amy, do you remember compliment, crazy, confidence or something? And you would message somebody and it was like they would give you this script and you would say, hey Amy, have you ever thought about selling Younique? You take such beautiful selfies, you should just get paid for it. I know this sounds totally crazy. And so like you were supposed to like message 100 people in the same day, like, and that's what you'd say. And it didn't work for me because I was so uncomfortable. I did it because that's what I was told to do. And I was like coachable in that way. And so I did it. And I felt icky the entire time. So it wasn't genuine. And it wasn't like I didn't know how to like make it me, I think. Because I don't know. Because I guess it worked for some people, but it just wasn't good. So don't be spammy. Please don't be spammy. Please don't say, hey, join my team. Please don't. Please don't. I'm just saying, reach out to old friends you haven't talked to in a while, and don't even go in the mindset of like she could be a really good presenter, or she might have a party for me, or I bet she would really like my mascara. Don't even think about it like that. I know that the overall goal might be to eventually incorporate your business in some way, but it's really about a relationship. And think about like when you joined Younique, you thought, well, these products are cool, it's a good discount, it might be fun to hobby, but it's more about the sisterhood, right? It's about the relationship. I think what usually gets me emotional is you girls and like the relationships I've built with you guys. It's, you know, it's so much more than that. So it's the same thing. We're doing all of this because we care. It's not about makeup. We love it, but it's not about that. So 5 people a day, just say hi to somebody. And sometimes, like, I know we're all busy, and sometimes it's just like reaching out to them and just saying hi. And if you don't have time to sit, because that can start a lot of conversations at once, it's okay that you don't answer them all back right away. I just, get to them as you come. I've learned that. So like sometimes when you message me, it takes me a while to respond because I can't respond to everybody all at once. And we just got to learn those boundaries, that it just takes time and stuff like that. So, and then we'll come back next week and everybody's going to share at least one positive thing or something that happened from it. Don't be scared.
Another easy way to open the conversation is to, I know everybody goes on your friend's wall to wish happy birthday or whatever. If you message them and start a conversation that way, happy birthday, do you have any plans or anything special for your birthday? That opens up conversation too. Just doing it 3 instead of just throwing it up on the wall like 700 other people do stuff. That's another way to build that relationship.
I don't know if everybody heard that. You were kind of cutting out, Amy, but I do that same thing. I look to see who's got birthdays and I just private message them. People love that. If I don't say, like, I'll follow up with stuff, and sometimes people don't respond to that, but they will always respond to a happy birthday because people really feel special with happy birthdays. Sometimes, and so she said, instead of posting,
yeah. So I'm gonna keep working on it. Like I said, I refuse to.
Sometimes, so like everybody like seems to post on your wall on your birthday. She said, send a private message, and if you can send a voice message, which some people are like shocked by because not everybody uses voice messaging. But I've done that if I can. But or just send them if you're shy with voice messaging. Just send them a message like, hey, happy birthday. And they say, oh, thank you. And you say, oh, what are you doing special today? So what Amy said, that's a really good one. You can start a conversation that way. So you can have 3 in 1 minute or 1 second very easily that way. So thank you, Amy.
Welcome.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or any ideas or thoughts? Did you find this helpful? Yeah? Are you just like, no? Like, yeah. Okay, good. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time tonight to join this meeting. It really means a lot to me, and I think it's really helpful when we can all come together and talk. And this really isn't just, I like this Zoom because I want to be able to have a meeting where we can all talk. So don't ever be shy to ask questions or worry, because we're all here together, learning together. So yeah. So thanks for joining, and I will post a replay for your girls that missed it maybe in the comments and in the original post. And then we'll be back here next Thursday again. And I think that's it. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.